Hello, welcome to... This is episode 1.5 of our series. We've put out our review of The Odyssey, and it earned the coveted Must Watch Once. And once we did that, we realized maybe it would be a good idea to let you all know what our ranking system is. So this is our ranking system. We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to walk you through our tiers. It is a 1, 2...
Yeah.
It's a 6-tier ranking system with a modifier.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start at the bottom tier, give you a couple examples from each of us, and we'll keep going.
I think that's one of the cool things on Addison and I having... Well, we don't share opinions, and especially as we get further into our journey of day late reviews, our opinions are not always, maybe even hardly ever going to be the exact same.
Yeah.
We're kind of structured our reviews to
Be on the same scale.
Have the same scale, and that way I'm not a definitive reviewer. Nobody's the definitive reviewer, but the more exposure you get to us, the more you know what our tastes are like, and the more
how they compare to yours.
Yeah. It's like, is Addison right? Is Braden right? It's up to you.
I'm right every time.
Every time. You want to take us away with the bottom tier?
Absolute bottom barrel here. We've got Don't Watch. So a lot of these I feel like are kind of based on how we would recommend them to another person.
Yes.
Don't Watch is pretty self-explanatory. These are movies that we feel we cannot recommend, probably because we couldn't imagine a person watching it and enjoying it.
And at the end of the day, it's our opinion. There's going to be movies that we say don't watch that somebody else would be like, oh, that's my favorite movie ever.
I don't want to talk to you.
It doesn't mean I'm right or you're right. It just means that we cannot recommend it.
And we can't be friends.
So my example, I have two for Don't Watch. I have Deck the Halls. That movie is supposed to be a Christmas movie, and anytime I watch it, which is mainly when like my mom puts it on, the fact that if a movie makes me want to leave where my mom is, that just goes to show it's not a good movie. I hate everything about that movie. There's nothing redeemable about it.
Fair enough.
My other is Amanda and Jack Go Glamping. That is a movie where the husband is a scummy husband and the wife is contemplating having an affair with her husband as they go on this camping trip. And I hate the movie. It physically makes me sick to think about.
I've got two here. My first is the live-action Last Airbender movie, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. That movie sucks for like a lot of reasons. I couldn't recommend it to an Avatar fan because it butchers the show in every way imaginable. Most of the characters' names are mispronounced for some reason. Sokka.
Ong.
Ero. I don't know. It's like they just wanted to do it for some reason. All the effects look terrible. The bending is awful. And then I couldn't really recommend it to somebody who's not watched the show because it's boring. The other one is Shazam 2. I really like Shazam 1. I think Zachary Levi is really funny in it. I think the directing is pretty good. The second one is just boring. Like, Zachary Levi is no fun in it at all. The movie's not entertaining. No good action scene. The movie's not funny. No good action. No good Rachel Zegler gives like a passable performance in it. That's about the best thing I can say about it.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Don't Watch is just that. Don't watch.
If we tell you don't watch, please, we don't want you to.
To go up from that, so going from the bottom of the barrel, we have Not For Me. And what that is saying essentially is this movie's not for us. Mm-hmm. We can see why it would be other people's pick, but for me personally, or for us, whatever, it's not one that we would recommend.
So my two picks for this, I actually have a sneaky third if you don't mind.
No, go for it.
So the first is Zero Dark 30. Chris Pratt, something war soldier movie. Not a big fan of war movies in general, but especially not like that kind of war movie. I don't know, it's very clinically shot. It's kind of boring and it's not very engaging to me, but if you like that kind of movie, I know it's one of the better ones. It's just, it does nothing for me. Another one is The Theory of Everything. That's the Stephen Hawking movie starring, I don't even know why I said
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, Newt Scamander. Yeah. whatever his name is. It's fine. He's okay in it. The script sucks. The directing is whatever. I don't know. It's just not a movie that does much for me. I don't really like biopics, and I especially don't like biopics about people that have been to the island. But I didn't like the movie before I knew that too.
Hellraiser is not for me. I got nothing from that movie. I can see the practical effects are really good. It did nothing for me. I really like the horror genre, but I don't like torture, and I don't like. And that's like, yeah, that's why Hellraiser is. It's like, well, yeah, that's why it's not for me.
Yeah.
You know, and then to go away from the horror genre, A Swiss Army Man was a movie I really, really wanted to like. The promotions to it was awesome. I love the soundtrack and the dialogue kind of melding together. To where you don't know where one starts, one ends. The promotions on it were awesome, but at the end of the day, it was not my favorite movie.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for me.
My sneaky third pick is The Gentleman from Guy Ritchie. It's a very lavishly directed crime movie starring Matthew McConaughey as a weed maker in Britain. It did nothing for me. I think I just don't like Guy Ritchie movies, but I think if you like Guy Ritchie, or if you're really, really into the crime genre, there's probably a lot there for you. I just can't get into it myself.
Not for you.
Yeah. So our next tier up is Good Saturday Afternoon. Now, what a Good Saturday Afternoon is this is a movie that is good. It's a movie that might be fun. It's a movie that there's not a lot to it, probably, in terms of the thematic stuff. There's nothing that makes it really stand out as like a great motion picture. But it's fun to watch. It'd be nice to flip it on a Saturday afternoon and just watch a fun movie.
My prime example of that is The Sheep Detective with Hugh Jackman. I really liked the movie. It wasn't one that if you died tomorrow you would regret not seeing. It was a good one. I had no big complaints about it. I enjoyed watching it. Along those same lines, I have Mallrats. A really fun comedy. Again, doesn't do anything for me that says you must watch it, but it's not a bad one to put on if you have the time. It's just you don't need to make the time for it.
My two are like Mission Impossible, but also like kind of more broadly like just kind of action fun movies in general. Like there's not much there usually. It's just fun stunts and set pieces, and that's great. And my other is Spider-Man 3. That's the only of the Sam Raimi trilogy that I think is not in a tier above Good Saturday Afternoon. It's fun. I like a lot of it. There are certain parts of it that I think are really good, and there are certain parts of it that are really, really bad, and it works out to a movie that's just pretty good for me. I love it. Now dig on this.
Up from there, we have must watch once. We're getting into the categories we really don't want to use very often because when we say must watch once, it's one of those things where, hey, before we leave this beautiful earth, we want you to go see it.
Absolutely.
And that's not going to be the vast majority of the movies. We gave The Odyssey a must watch once, and that means we think it's worth taking time out of your precious schedule to go and watch it. And that's what we would consider to be a great movie.
I agree. Maybe not the greatest of all time, but definitely a movie that has something to it that is worth experiencing while you're here on Earth. So my two examples, just to give you an idea of where I'm at. The first is Avengers Endgame. I don't think it's the best Avengers movie, but I think what it does that's so special and is so worth seeing is just the sheer spectacle. It achieves this moment of kind of like ecstasy in like the last 45 minutes or so that not a lot of movies do it. It's very like, you know, and maybe it's only effective if you've seen a lot of what came before, but there's just something really special about what they achieve in the last act of that movie. The rest of the movie's fine, but it's worth it for that last 45 minutes. You get Captain America with Thor's hammer, you get On Your Left, you get things like that, the Iron Man snap, you know. It's just sheer popcorn spectacle done at the highest possible level for 45 minutes. The rest of it kind of falls apart if you think about it too much. The other one is Psycho. It's a classic horror from Alfred Hitchcock. I think there's a lot to it. It's one of the first horror movies I can think of that kind of subverts your expectation with who the main character will be, because you have your most notable actress die within the first 45 minutes. That's pretty interesting. You've got kind of the beginning of how they shoot slasher scenes, one of the first jump scares that was ever like really effective for people. It's a piece of film history, and I think it's so special for where it sits, even though I can't really rank it much higher than that.
For me, it would be something like The Great Gatsby, where that is a period film to its finest. I love Leonardo DiCaprio in it. Love Tobey Maguire in it. I loved basically everybody's performances, the set designs, one of the kind of controversial things about that one was having more modern music, put into it. I thought it worked really well.
Yeah.
I thought it was a modern day blast that it won't be everybody's favorites, but I think everybody should watch it. It's just that kind of movie.
Yeah, classic story too.
Yes. The other one for me is The Seventh Seal. I actually watched that one on my Halloween. Every year I have a Halloween movie list that not a set list, but just movies that I want to watch during the spooky season. And in 2024, I watched The Seventh Seal for the first time, and that was my top ranked Halloween movie. And it's technically not a horror movie. The theme of it is terrifying on, is God there? Does God exist? What does that mean for the mortal soul? Why are we here? I think those questions, if you're not rooted in religion, are terrifying, which I am rooted in religion, and it was still a really good movie.
One's up for JC. What?
We can't do that.
Why can't we do that?
That's slightly sacrilegious, I think.
How?
Just a little.
Next tier. We've got Mustsee Twice. So this is basically the top of our ranking. We do have a ranking above this, but there's effectively not going to be a whole lot of movies that go past this. These are borderline perfect movies. Movies, they don't come across all the time, maybe not even every year. It's just filmmaking at the top of its game. Something you love, something that you would actively seek out showing to the people in your life. Not just movies that we would passively recommend people see. Movies that we might sit somebody down and say, hey, you need to watch this movie.
And then we want to watch it again with you.
Absolutely.
They get better on the rewatch almost. You get way more, you don't just get way more from it, but the movie becomes enhanced by having a second viewing of it.
Absolutely.
So for me, that would be like Full Metal Jacket. You have Stanley Kubrick directing that. The basically talking about the Vietnam War, going through boot camp, being on the ground at Vietnam.
Well, there's not much more human than war.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one where you watch it through the first time, and it's like, okay, that was a great movie. And you watch it through a second time, it's like, this was a near perfect movie. Another one for me is Hateful Eight. I love the mystery on Hateful Eight. I love Quentin Tarantino. I thought it was just a great one, and I watch it every Christmas season. There
you go. So my two really couldn't be more different in tone here. The first, I have Silence from Martin Scorsese. Two Jesuit priests going to Japan to try to track down their mentor and getting systematically just destroyed for their faith. And it's a really interesting movie as somebody who is a Christian, because it asks you really important questions about how deep your convictions are and what you'd be willing to do for them. It also has two really great performances from Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver. Great direction from Scorsese. It's just a tremendous picture, and one that really improves on the rewatch too. My other one is
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I think it's a perfect comedy. It's got a great script. It's got really good direction. It's got a tremendous central performance from Chevy Chase. At a certain point in time, I think he was the greatest comedic actor ever. I think there's arguments to be made now. But at the time, I just think he just knew exactly what to do. Perfect cast all around. Just a movie that never stops being funny.
It's a pretty much faultless movie.
Yeah. Maybe I could have done with the sledding scene being a little shorter. This is like the one thing.
So that kind of goes into this is like the mythical, the white whale movie for us. Shelfworthy. This is so good that you should buy it physically and display it on a shelf. There's not a shelf here, but
Shelf
if there was,
pending.
yes, it'd be right here.
Yes.
For me, and these are almost kind of also guilty pleasures.
They may not be good movies.
The must watch twice for us is like, this is a near perfect movie. For Shelfworthy, it's very personal. And so I have, for my first one, Revenge of the Sith. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And for me, all the movies on my Shelfworthy, for me personally, I like cry at some spot in it, and I'm not a big crier, but it's like I have a lot of personal connection to Episode 3. It was one of the first movies I remember seeing in the theaters with my dad and my brother when it came back out for its anniversary just a couple years ago. The three of us went and watched it, and I came out of the theater crying. It was like a full circle moment. Yeah. To me, it doesn't get better than that. Yeah. It's not a perfect movie, but my goodness, for me it is. My other one that I truly think is probably a perfect movie is Rocky. Rocky 1. You have the underdog story told to the highest degree possible. You have a unknown actor in Sylvester Stallone coming out and giving a no pun intended knockout performance, and the ending is, to me, it feels like a real one. You know, it's a very human story, and I leave Rocky wanting to be shredded and a better man.
There you go. So my two are kind of similar. One that's a guilty pleasure and one that I actually think is really good. I'm going to start with the one I think is really good.
Yeah.
It's Pan's Labyrinth from Guillermo del Toro. I think that is a perfect dark fantasy movie for the 21st century. It's set during World War II and has this tremendous story with wonderful characters, great practical effects, some pretty impressive CG for the time, and just a really great central performance from a child actor, which is pretty rare. It's spooky, it's kind of nasty at times, it's beautiful, it's haunting, it's mysterious, it's just everything you want in a movie. My other one is Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. This is probably the worst movie ever made. I don't know that I've ever seen a movie that is worse at being a movie than Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
No, that goes to, I can't even remember its name, Amanda and Jack Go Glamping.
Well, second on the list is Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. It is the only movie I've ever seen that has so many opportunities to make good choices and makes bad choices every single time. If you're a normal person, you will hate this movie. However, if you're a freak like me, you will watch this movie and your eyes will glaze over about 5 minutes in, and you will just have so much fun with how terrible this movie is. Like, I can't believe how bad it is. It's like, it has great CG, and that's where the compliments stop. Like, literally nothing about it is good, and it might be my favorite movie.
And so you put it up on a shelf.
Yeah.
That way you get to remember it every time you look at it.
Don't go into it expecting a movie in good taste. It's in such poor taste, and it's so funny. So yeah, that's what we mean. Shelfworthy may not actually be good, but it's perfect to us.
And then we get into, all of these rankings so far have been us recommending a movie based off a more general audience. We know that there's going to be times when we think a movie is better, but it's for a very specific audience. So then we have this little modifier called
genre fans only.
Whenever I think of, we were talking about this before, modifier, we're like, okay, who would we recommend it to my mom? If we liked it, would we recommend it to her? If not, it'd probably need a modifier.
Genre fans only.
Yeah. my mom is like the perfect person, and also what I would consider to be the prime general audience person.
I agree.
And so if I like a movie but wouldn't recommend it to my mom, this is where we have that.
So my first example for this is Thanksgiving from Eli Roth. I would give this a good Saturday afternoon. It's not a great movie. It's probably Eli Roth's only good movie, but like, It's so bloody. It's so violent. It's so crass.
You and I were waiting for it for years.
Oh, we were. And we had so much fun when we
Yeah.
watched it. But, like, I could never recommend it to your mom.
No.
The other one I would say is Marriage Story from Noah Baumbach for a very different reason, but kind of also the same reason, which is that it is just this beautiful, sad movie with a couple of really great performances. But it is sad, and I don't think the general audience like loves that, and especially like your mom does not like movies that don't have a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's where the modifier comes in. I would give this a must-watch once, but I would never recommend it to his mom.
My pick would be Nosferatu the Vampire. This is the Werner Herzog directed movie. And for me, as a horror and kind of gothic horror fan, I would absolutely say that's a must-watch once. But most people, the general audience, I would say, would look at that and be like, this is kind of a boring movie. And it's very specific towards that gothic horror genre. I would also say Zack Snyder's The Watchmen, like the Black Voyager cut or whatever the 4-hour long cut is. My mom doesn't want to watch that, but to me that's like a must watch twice. I really like that movie, but it's, if you're not a comic book fan and if you're not a fan of like Zack Snyder's slow motion and those kinds of things, you're
Misunderstanding of the source material.
Misunderstanding of the source material.
Yeah.
It was panel perfect.
Yeah, but not theme perfect.
This is where it's nice to have the two of us. I disagree.
I give Zack Snyder's Watchmen a not for me, for the sake of...
That's fair. It's a modified genre fans must watch twice for me. But that's why we're here.
Absolutely.
We love talking about movies. That's why we did this channel. We love movies. We didn't go to film school. We're just very casual audience guys who wants to capitalize most on their AMC Stubbs A-list.
Braden, you want to give them some advice?
Well,
Let's do that again.
really? I thought that was a good one.
Let's just do one more, just for the sake of it. Yeah, all right.
Sweet.